you gotta make room for magic. After all, it's J.J. Abrams. Now, even if you can't predict when inspiration will hit, you can make sure to set the stage right. And who knows that better than the cinematic legend himself? Meet J.J. Abrams, the mastermind behind countless critically acclaimed movies and shows over the last 2 decades. From founding Bad Robot Productions in 1998 to creating a studio big enough to buy one of the biggest hosting companies, Abrams has done it all. So what's his secret sauce to success? Here's everything you need to know. Born Jeffrey Jacob Abrams on June 27, 1966, on Long Island, J.J. grew up in Los Angeles with film running through his veins, thanks to his producer parents, Gerald W. and Carol Ann Abrams. Naturally, with a sister, Tracy, who is also a screenwriter, it's clear that storytelling is a family affair for J.J. Yet, how did Abrams go from being a movie buff as a child to being a co-founder and co-CEO of Bad Robot Productions, a studio responsible for countless critically acclaimed films and television shows over the last 20 years? As a filmmaker, Abrams was always influenced by Steven Spielberg and George Lucas, which, if you do the math, helped him become a great director. And of course, around the age of 13, his grandfather gave him a Super 8mm camera, and the rest is history. J.J. started making home movies as a hobby, but it quickly turned into a love of telling stories on film. At an event for young producers in Los Angeles, he met Matt Reeves, who would become his partner and friend for life. Reports have it that their early work together was so good that Kathleen Kennedy, who works for Spielberg, hired them to fix up some of Spielberg's old Super 8mm pictures. Picture yourself as a teenager receiving that call. Naturally, Abrams got his start in Hollywood when he was 16 years old, scoring and composing the score for the 1982 picture Night Beast. His father told him, "It's more important you go off and learn what to make movies about than how to make movies." As expected, instead of going to film school, he chose to follow this advice. It was Sarah Lawrence College where he went to school and got his degree in 1988. His first screenplay, Taking Care of Business, which he wrote with Jill Mazursky, was sold during his final year of high school. They also wrote the script for Gone Fishin', which starred Joe Pesci and Danny Glover, and came out in 1997. Now, if you're wondering, Abrams got his big break as a single scriptwriter with Regarding Henry, a romantic comedy with Annette Bening and Harrison Ford that came out in 1991. From there onwards, Michael Bay's science fiction thriller Armageddon came out in 1998, where he worked with Bay on writing it. He also wrote Forever Young in 1992. As for the rainbows and sunshine of his life, Abrams married Katie McGrath in 1996, and the two of them now have 3 kids. You know, he manages his fast-paced job with a healthy dose of family life. And not to forget, JJ's big break came with the TV show Felicity, which he co-created with his friend Matt Reeves. Abrams' first seasons as a director were 13 and 14 of the first season of the show, which ran from 1998 to 2002. Yet after breaking up with ABC in 2006, Bad Robot joined forces with Warner Brothers, which, if you ask us, has been one of the best things to have happened to Abrams, Studios, and Paramount Pictures. He also began Bad Robot Productions in 2001, but at first it was just called Bad Robot. And then it happened. While working for Bad Robot on their first project, Alias, which ran from 2001 to 2006, Abrams was nominated for his first Emmy in 2002 for drama writing. Lost, which premiered on ABC in 2004, was the show that genuinely made him famous. Abrams, Lieber, and Lindelof's Lost won a Golden Globe and 4 Primetime Emmys throughout its 7 seasons on the air. The cult hit science fiction drama solidified Abrams' position as a major creative force. As of late, Abrams has been on many projects as an executive producer, such as What About Brian?, Almost Human, and Revolution. He also co-created the show Undercovers and helped make Fringe, which was nominated for an Emmy. And because the man is simply wonders, Abrams has written the music for the theme songs of several TV shows, such as Felicity, Alias, Alcatraz, Revolution, Fringe, Almost Human, and Point of Interest. He's also a great director and writer. What an incredible force with a wide array of talents. According to reports, Tom Cruise, who was interested in Alias, asked J.J. Abrams to direct Mission Impossible 3. And even though he had never directed a movie before, Abrams rewrote the script with longtime co-workers Roberto Orci and Alex Kurtzman. Naturally, the 2006 smash hit marked Abrams' rise to the top of the world of movie filmmaking. Then again, for the 2008 sci-fi horror movie Cloverfield, Abrams worked with Matt Reeves again as a producer partner. But his reboot of Star Trek in 2009 was the crowning success that made him a legend in the world of science fiction. The movie, which got good reviews and did well at the box office, showed that Abrams could direct big-budget hits. It has a 95% approval rate on Rotten Tomatoes. And although critics didn't like it as much, he followed up with Star Trek Into the Darkness in 2013. Abrams said in an interview that he took full responsibility for the problems with the sequel. Essentially, J.J. Abrams continued working as a producer even after resigning from the third Star Trek movie's direction. Ultimately, the summer of 2016 saw Star Trek Beyond hit film screens. Up until now, he has only worked on one non-franchise movie, Super 8, a science fiction movie released in 2011, writing and producing it with Steven Spielberg. What a time, right? Now this is where things get interesting. When Abrams presented Doug Dorst's mystery book proposal, he ventured creatively in literature. Obviously, this was his first foray outside of TV series and films. Published in 2013, S shows more about fictional author V.M. Straka by using 2 created reader comments, postcards, and newspaper items. And honestly, this just shows that Abrams is willing to try new things and is very clever by this. In any case, Abrams' wizardry does not end there. Remember 10 Cloverfield Lane, the scary spiritual sequel to 2015's Cloverfield, which he directed and released in March of 2016? Well, that made him more than $100 million around the world. So what does that make him? A great writer who's always pushing the limits of what's possible. But is that the only thing that makes him magical? Absolutely not. Now, several news outlets claim that previously, J.J. Abrams signed a $250 million contract with WarnerMedia. Yet, apart from that, he is cool with the concept of turning it into a large-scale construction project. You know, for a studio large enough to accommodate a sizable hosting business. Now, of course, we don't have all the information, but that makes no difference. The good news? The bits start to fit together just fine. Owned by AT&T, WarnerMedia has struck a contract with J.J. Abrams and his production company, Bad Robot Productions. The word leaked out, revealing that the sale was initially paid for with $250 million. Naturally, the alliance will provide WarnerMedia and its affiliates, including HBO and Warner Brothers Pictures, with original programming from Bad Robot. Another first is Bad Robot's online and video game components will now be located together. According to reports, Abrams is still working on projects at Paramount Pictures, the former home of Bad Robot for movies, and on his Star Wars work. For now, it's unclear if the contract confines him to merely directing and producing WarnerMedia movies and TV episodes. But whatever the case may be, the deal's provisions let Bad Robot continue selling projects to other businesses. Now, rumor has it that WarnerMedia probably will reject the initiatives, which will be TV shows or movies. But that's a battle for another day, right? For now, let's just say that since 2006, when Bad Robot inked an overall TV agreement with Warner Brothers, WarnerMedia and Bad Robot have had varied roles in each other's companies. The contract was then extended in 2012 and 2015 as well. So naturally, the bidding war for Abrams might start up again when this new deal ends sometime this year. But what do you think? Will there be something exciting this time around? Well, that's all for today. Which J.J. Abrams creations are your favorites? Let us know in the comment section below. To catch us again for more updates, simply hit that bell icon. We'll see you soon.